Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. A bill to help address the territory's energy crisis is slowly moving forward. Congresswoman Donna Christensen's energy bill passed the House subcommittee last week, and on Wednesday it got through a House committee. News 2's Erica Parsons has more on the story.
Going before the full House would be the final step for H.R. 83, the bill sponsored by Delegate to Congress Donna Christensen to help the territory with its energy crisis. On Wednesday, the bill unanimously passed the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The legislation calls for the Secretary of Interior to assemble a team of experts to address the energy needs of not just the VI, but the insular areas of the U.S. and the freely associated states. Specifically, the creation and adoption of energy action plans that would help lead the VI towards affordable and reliable energy, both short-term and for the future. Last week, the delegates' bill passed the House Subcommittee of Energy and Power, and the Congresswoman said it received bipartisan support. Energy and Commerce Chair Fred Upton called the bill common sense legislation, and Ranking Member Henry Waxman said it's precisely the kind of legislation we should be working on. He said it's a win for the island states and the U.S. territories it will assist. What will that help look like? Under the energy action that's created, there will be recommendations to reduce reliance and expenditures on imported fossil fuels, recommendations to develop non-fossil fuel energy sources native to the territory, and recommendations to improve performance of the energy infrastructure and overall energy efficiency. Although the territory's energy costs are much higher than the national average, officials from the Water and Power Authority have begun to put similar plans in place to address the energy challenges. Those plans include outfitting the plant to accept multiple fuel sources and alternative energies. Christensen expressed that to committee members, but said this bill is still extremely necessary as it recognizes the need for immediate short-term action. Erica Parsons, News 2.
H.R. 83 was co-sponsored by the territorial delegates. There is companion legislation to the energy bill in the Senate under the Omnibus Territories Bill. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Donna Christensen will be hosting a health town hall entitled Making Good Health My Reality. That will be held on July 20th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Frederick's Healthcare Center. The town hall will open with a free breakfast as Congresswoman Christensen, along with community experts from the Virgin Islands and Washington, D.C., share information about the Affordable Care Act, provide an update on Medicaid and health insurance exchanges in the territory, and much more. There will be a community Q&A session, followed by a community health fair that will include free on-site health screenings. Senator Shawn Michael-Malone is urging residents to be part of the discussion on the Hovensa refinery's future. Hearings will be held Monday on St. Croix and Tuesday on St. Thomas about the proposed Hovensa agreement, and the public is asked to call the Senate to register to testify. An email address has also been set up.
We have set up an email address for persons to send comments or testimony or to request to testify, which can also be done by calling us. But the email address is hovensaagreement@legvi.org. hovensaagreement@legvi.org. Send them in as soon as possible. We have a situation at St. Croix that's dire, and the loss of this major player in our economy, we need to have that rectified as soon as possible. So hopefully everything will go well and we'll come to some kind of agreement that everybody involved can agree to move to the next step.
Senators have to approve the agreement before the sale of Hovensa can take place, so they want to hear the public's comments. They plan to vote on the proposed agreement on August 7th. The 8% salary reductions, as News 2 has previously reported, has been reinstated. Now, in response to numerous inquiries, Commissioner of Finance Angel Dawson Jr. is advising government employees that the 8% salary reinstatement took effect for the pay cycle of July 14th through July 27th. Due to the structure of the government's payroll system, all government employees except the 10-month employees of the Department of Education and the Department of Human Services Head Start program will receive the 8% salary reinstatement on their August 8 paycheck. The 10-month employees will then receive the 8% salary reinstatement on their September 19th paycheck. Within 2 weeks of the salaries being restored, the Division of Personnel would then issue Notice of Personnel Actions, or NOPAs, to each department personnel officer for distribution to employees who were impacted. Well, arson has been ruled out in the fatal Commandant God of Fire in March 1st that killed 31-year-old Onassis Vanterpool, who was wheelchair-bound. An autopsy found that he died of smoke inhalation. Firefighters found his body in the bedroom of the small house near the All Saints Cathedral School that had to be evacuated. Vanterpool was paralyzed from the waist down after being shot in the neck in August 2001.
The investigation was conducted by the Arson and Prevention Unit using the backward theory, starting at the areas with the heaviest amount of damage. The investigation included that the point of origin of this fire was on the bed, which was located on the western side of the house. The conclusion of this investigation, there was no electrical storm or any other natural that could ignite this fire. Based on the physical evidence, verbal statement, the cause of the fire was accidental. The firefighters did a thorough investigation of this fire, spoke with several witnesses, interviewed them. We were present at the autopsy. There was no foul play found. There was no accelerant found at the scene of the fire, so this fire was deemed accidental.
Turn our attention stateside. President Obama is asking the country to do some soul searching about the Trayvon Martin case. This afternoon, he made his first public remarks about the black teenager's shooting death since a Florida jury delivered a not guilty verdict in George Zimmerman's trial. Danielle Nottingham has more from the White House.
President Obama made a surprise appearance in the White House briefing room to talk about the Trayvon Martin case.
When Trayvon Martin was first shot, I said that this could have been my son. Another way of saying that is Trayvon Martin could have been me.
The president did not get into the legal arguments of the trial that ended with a jury finding George Zimmerman not guilty. Instead, he spoke personally about the lens through which many black Americans see this case.
There are very few African American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me.
The president is also calling on states to re-examine stand your ground laws, asking how the situation would have been different if Martin was armed.
And do we actually think that he would have been justified in shooting Mr. Zimmerman, who had followed him in a car, because he felt threatened?
No justice, no peace!
Protesters have spent the week reacting to the verdict, and more demonstrations are planned for this weekend.
If I see any violence, then I will remind folks that that dishonors what happened to Trayvon Martin.
The Justice Department is investigating whether to bring a civil rights case against Zimmerman.
Victims of sexual assault in the military were also in Washington today, telling their stories to lawmakers and trying to let the public know how hard it was to get help for their trauma from the military. A recent Pentagon report estimated as many as 26,000 military members may have been victims of sexual assaults last year alone, with most of those cases going unreported. President Obama and Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel have made ending the epidemic a top priority, and today lawmakers were looking for ways to offer more support to sexual assault survivors. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is sponsoring a bill that picked up some Republican support this week. Keeping our eye on the economy, a federal judge is considering Detroit's request to file for bankruptcy. The once mighty Motor City may have as much as $20 billion in long-term debt. Michigan's governor says some creditors may never get paid if the city goes into bankruptcy. It could see major city layoffs and cuts in services, including trash collection and snow plowing. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow and NASDAQ down, S&P up. The Dow 4, NASDAQ down 23, S&P up 2. Coming up on News 2, the Virgin Islands Taxicab Commission offices were temporarily closed to the public from July 17th to July 18th, but it was for a good cause. Plus, healthy living lifestyles, conflict resolution, animal and pet safety, and gardening and pesticide safety all were presented on behalf of Agriculture Safety Day. We'll have more. The Virgin Islands Taxicab Commission offices were temporarily closed to the public from July 17th to July 18th, but It was for a good cause. The Taxicab Commission was holding a professional development program for the automobile for hire and hospitality industry. The program, themed United in Pride and Hope, will enhance participants' expertise in different areas, including tourism and customer service.
This program includes ADA, crime and safety issues, culture, history, and points of interest, Red Cross. We have customer service, and we will wind it up with the rules and regulations of the Taxi Commission.
Things I didn't know before, I knew them today. Guest services, how to deal with guests, because we know tourism is the main industry we have on this island.
It was impressive for me in regards to taught a bit about DA with people with disabilities and so forth. The only thing that I really regret so far is that we didn't have more individuals present to be exposed to what have been taught here this morning.
Today at UVI's Albert Sheen campus in St. Croix, the 4-H Summer Academy held its annual Progressive Agriculture Safety Day. Each year, the Summer Academy gives students the privilege to create a safer future by taking part in such an activity. NEWS2's Shanika Robinson has more.
Safety was the #1 priority today at UVI's 4-H Summer Camp Progressive Agricultural Safety Day.
This is our 9th day camp that we're having with the Progressive Agricultural Foundation sponsoring it, and we do it every year again to help kids become safer citizens.
Safety information that was presented throughout the day covered areas of food and healthy living lifestyles, conflict resolution, animal and pet safety, and gardening and pesticide safety.
A couple of thousands of children are either injured, hurt, killed, maimed by accidents or situations that could have been prevented with some sort of education. And so we've been doing this now for about 9 years.
Several agencies and organizations conducted safety activities and shared relevant safety information about the home, farm, and school.
Today we have 22 different safety-themed stations. We have guest presenters coming from Vitima, we have guest presenters from the VIPD, Police Department. We also have the Fire Service. We have our VI Department of Agriculture. We also have some unique presenters in the sense that we have Virgin Islands Sustainable Farming Institute, their natural mentoring program, and these are volunteers that are here, I think, for a month stay at the farm from Denmark, and they're actually showing the kids about survival skills.
Students also learned about disability awareness, electrical, chemical, bicycle safety, and about safety on the job.
Today I was presenting a little bit about workplace safety. I want to show the kids what the equipment we use at Hovensa, things that make the workplace safer, and we just went through a little bit about hair protection, PPE, testing equipment used for explosive environment.
Shaniqua Robinson, NEWS2.
Now, for more information on this event, feel free to contact UVI's Public Relations Specialist. That's Clarice Clark. The number is 692-4060. Well, Pistarckle Theater presents the Disney High School Musical, complete with all of the popular songs and characters. The audience will be transported back to its high school days. They invite you to come sing, cheer, and dance with the Wildcats of East High. Performances will be going on until July 19th at 10 a.m. Now, July 19th and 20th, it's at 7 p.m. July 21st, it's at 2 p.m. The musical is directed by Erica Sutherland with musical direction by Olivia Neal and choreography by Jessica Alvarez. For tickets, you can contact Pistarckle Theater at 775-7877, or you can go online at www.pistarckletheater.com. Well, they are cute, cuddly, and up for adoption. We introduce you to 2 adorable kitties who are hoping for you to take them home. Call the Humane Society if you can open up your arms and heart to a new addition to your family.
They are owner surrenders from March 23rd. They are part of a large litter. Apparently the owner had a lot of cats and had to surrender them. So as always, we ask you to please spay and neuter your animals. And if you need help with that in any way, please contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you out. This wouldn't happen if you took care of that problem when you can.
They were indeed adorable. Be sure to stick around. Your NEWS2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.